Mega Man 6 is probably one of the better Mega Man games I've played. Now, before you say it, yes, there's a valid point that this game is rather easy. However, considering the average Mega Man difficulty, this might be the perfect starting point for newcomers to the series. And difficulty aside, I had a blast playing Mega Man 6, and I could easily slide it under Mega Man 2 and 3 in a top 5 list. Because top 5 lists are still relevant. I enjoy the 8-bit graphical style of the old Mega Man games. It's very simplistic and cartoony, and Mega Man 6 is probably one of the more polished entries, probably due to it being a later NES title. The Robot Masters in this game, some of them are cool. I mean, Centaur Man was a pretty weird one. You've got Nightman, who was a bit of a chump once you get his weakness. You've got Canadian Ski Man, and then you got the ones that are just kind of feel like lazy design, like Flame Man and Tomahawk Man. The music, oh, the music. Music in classic 8-bit Mega Man games. It's some of the best 8-bit stuff you'll find. What I've included in the video isn't necessarily the ones that I enjoyed the most, but they're the ones that fit the footage that I've recorded. It's not quite on the same level as, say, 2, 3, or 9. 9 has an absolutely beautiful soundtrack. As for the gameplay itself, well, the charge shot pretty much wrecks everything, but the new weapons aren't exactly useless. For example, Flame Man's weapon can melt ice walls and also deal a ton of damage to plenty of bosses. Silver Tomahawk is pretty neat as well. Levels like in Mega Man 5 also have gimmicks to them, like Plant Man, whose stage has springs. The springs aren't exactly straightforward. It takes you a while to figure out that you have to actually be pushing the button, as opposed to just simply tapping it at the right time. I mean, some people might figure that out intuitively. I personally was a bit confused at first. Centaur Man stage also has the water and upside down water, defying all laws of physics. Well, I think. I mean, physicists will probably want to correct me there. I don't know. Go ahead. And then you got Nightman stage, which has the has just a bunch of weird gimmicks like bumpers, like a bumper room and treadmills. And then you get to Flame Man stage. It has the pits of oil and the moving platforms. And if the enemies light the oil on fire, it's insta-kill. So yeah, the stages have variety, and there's replayability as well, because you have the alternate exits in 4 of the stages, and there's even, you know, hidden goodies littered around the levels everywhere. So it's a bit of a multiple pathways scenario going on there. And once you get all the secret exits, you gain Beat, who is your bird weapon. He doesn't really do much, but he can help clear some screens and stuff. I think some of the best upgrades are the rush adapters in this game. You get the punch, which can just is how you find most of the secrets, and the jetpack, which also lets you find secrets, but can pretty much help with all aspects of the game. At the same time, though, it's not too broken, since they've found a workaround for the weapon energy problem that came with the rush jet and stuff. You get a small gauge, and that's used up quickly, but also recharges automatically, so it's not like... It's somewhat exploitable, but since it runs out fast, it's not a good idea to over-rely on it. At the same time, you don't have to hunt down weapon energy for the damn things. So there's less to worry about in that sense. Less moments where you might find yourself grinding weapon energy. No doubt the game is easy, but it's a lot of fun. I could easily recommend it to anyone looking to start off their Mega Man experience on a lighter note before they work their way onto the likes of 2 and 3, of course. I also want to note that they tried to compensate for a lot of their lack of difficulty with putting lots of spikes on ceilings, so you'll probably notice that as well. I don't remember being as prominent in other games, but it felt like it was a big factor here. And yes, I know, footage is pretty garbage, and that was you wouldn't. It wasn't my best playing at that time. I was playing pretty garbage. I mean, two E-tanks on Nightman. What was I thinking? Anyway, that's the end of the review, and if you can call it that, and I'm out.